Hi guys, Paul Michaels from Real Dog Training making another free video. So today's video is about a dog's freedom and responsibility. If you've watched the first part of the Dear Dog Blueprint, you would have seen us setting up our pup, how we set up the kenneling, we basically set up all the right behaviours during that first 4 weeks. Really important. And a lot of it is, there's a lot of restriction there. Young pups don't get a lot of freedom. We didn't really talk about it much during the first part about how we actually introduce more and more freedom as the pup goes on, but it's really important that a dog only gets freedom when it's ready for that responsibility. So, I don't train robots. My dogs get to run around with each other on the back lawn and they get playtime and they get freedom out of the kennel, but only when they're ready for it. My dogs come inside, not all the time, they don't live inside the whole time. They've always got to have those tools to be that tool in the belt to be able to set my dog up outside and sleep out there. And we sort of go over all that in the blueprint, but it's really important, like I said, that the dog only gets that responsibility when it's ready for it. And until it's ready for it, you have to restrict its freedom. It's just common sense, really. We're not allowed to drink alcohol until we're old enough to deal with that responsibility. If you gave a 10-year-old a bottle of whiskey, it wouldn't work out that well. Same as driving and all sorts of stuff. There's just common rules to, they make a lot of common sense. It's not rocket science, but for some reason a lot of people want to be able to just let their pup come inside and give it free reign of the house, and maybe and expect it not to be a shambles. Well, it's going to be a shambles because it's just a pup and it's not ready for that responsibility. And that goes for a lot of things, everything. Your hunting, your pets, letting them off at at a park or in a public place with other dogs around is just going to expose weakness, your own weakness as a handler. If you put your dog in a situation where it's not going to listen yet, it's not ready for the responsibility of that situation, it's not set up to listen to you in that situation, the situation's over its head, next thing your dog's running around, and you're giving it a command to come or stop and it's not listening, that's training your dog that it doesn't have to listen to you. So, yeah, and you obviously don't want to do that. So, yeah. Freedom and responsibility. Don't give your dog the freedom until it's ready for it. Here's a dog that's ready for the responsibility of coming inside and chilling out in the office. It's Fly. Hey Fly, you're alright? So, Fly knows her place. I can just bring her inside, tell her to sit down and she'll just sit there. She likes being inside, being part of the team. But she's ready for the responsibility, we're not going to get any problems out of it. When Fly was a pup, before the first time I ever brought Fly inside, the first day I ever got her home, I brought her straight inside, and as a little pup, I got Fly at 5.5 months old, and I got her from a rescue place actually. Fly was about to get put down when I picked her up. And actually Fly was about to get put down when the woman I got her off picked her up. I didn't rescue her, I actually got her off the person who rescued her. I'll make a video about it sometime. Maybe I'll make that tomorrow. It's quite a cool story. But so Fly was a clean slate. She had no commands, nothing. You could whistle, yell, anything, and she just wouldn't even bat an eyelid. She was just running around doing her own thing. First time I ever brought Fly inside, it was running around like an idiot. Wouldn't listen to the things. She was into everything. Running around the back of the couches and grabbing the curtains and picking everything up and just wouldn't listen. So she went outside in a kennel and she went on a long line and we'd done all that training with her and all of that. And we go over all of that in the blueprint, the Dear Dog blueprint. But that was 18 months ago now. And within a few months of her, by the time Fly was a year old, she was right to come inside and tell her to lay down and she'd stay there. And now that she's ready for all that responsibility and freedom, she gets it. And she's living the good life. Hey Fly, you living the good life? It's a pretty good life, eh? Yeah. She's such a quiet, respectful dog as Fly. Hey. She knows being inside is a privilege, so she treats it with respect. She's not all excitable, jumping over me and all of that. She's just sitting there, happy to be inside. Hey, Fly. Good girl. She's just easy to have around. I've got a dog-proof section here. I still don't let a dog out in my dog-proof section and just let it run around and do what it wants until it's ready to deal with that responsibility without doing anything wrong. I've got dogs here doing boot camps that if I left them free in my section right now for half an hour, they'd be digging holes and chewing stuff up and doing God knows what. But I can let Fly out of the kennel and leave her to it out in the section. Like I said, it's dog proof, so she can't get out and get on the road or anything crazy like that. She'll just cruise around the section. I can come inside and make a coffee or start having lunch or something, and I look out the window and she's laying in the sun on the lawn. You've got to put in the work and set your dog up before you just give it all that freedom. Otherwise you're just exposing all these weaknesses, making bad behaviours habit. Like in my last video I was talking about, practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanent. So perfect practice makes perfect permanent. And that's really what real dog training is all about. Setting the dog up for success the whole time, getting everything right the first time, all the way through until the dog's ready for each new situation coming up. So that's it. We're only 8.5 minutes. That's a short rant. That'll be my video for the day. I'll throw that up and see you tomorrow.